From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Tuesday, April the 4th, 2023. We opened with a stabbing attack that took place this morning near an IDF base in central Israel, where 2 soldiers were hurt. The IDF said an IDF soldier was seriously injured earlier today in the stabbing attack at the Tzrifin junction. Another soldier was slightly injured, adding that during the incident, the terrorist tried to steal the weapon of the seriously wounded soldier. Despite his injury, the IDF said he laid down on his weapon while conducting a physical struggle with the terrorist until the terrorist was stopped by civilians who arrived at the scene. He was arrested and taken for questioning. The injured soldiers were taken to the hospital for treatment. The hospital later updating that the seriously injured soldier is now in moderate condition. The lightly injured soldier has been released. The stabbing attack follows a shooting last night in northern Israel where shots were fired at homes in Kibbutz Ma'ale Gilboa, which is near Beit She'an. Some homes sustained damage, but no one was hurt in the incident. The IDF said damage was detected in a number of houses. There are no casualties. IDF forces are searching the area for suspects. The Times of Israel saying that an offshoot of the Islamic Jihad terror group claimed responsibility for the attack. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Defense Minister Yoav Gallant attended several Passover events together today and yesterday. This despite the fact that Netanyahu fired Gallant after he called on the government to halt the judicial overhaul reforms. Netanyahu, though, has yet to submit a formal letter of dismissal. The Prime Minister's office said the two held a traditional Passover toast with soldiers at the Tel Nof Air Base and the Adam base yesterday, where Netanyahu spoke of the judicial reform, saying, "We know that in Israel we are in the midst of an internal debate. I believe that in this debate, with goodwill and genuine dialogue, it will be possible to reach broad consensus. This is what I aspire to. But," he said, "it is important to tell our enemies not to err. Because internal debates do not matter, we will fight them both within and beyond our borders, with all necessary force to defend ourselves by ourselves," stressing the most important thing is to leave politics at the base gate and unite together in order to defend Israel. Gallant echoing those remarks, saying, "We are all on the same battlefield, so we need to show a unified front against the enemy." Today, Netanyahu, with Gallant by his side, held a traditional Passover toast with the IDF General Staff Forum, where he once again stressed unity, saying, "We only have one choice, to stand together united. I say that together we will stand and together we will continue to be victorious." Well, as Jews around the world prepare for Passover, which begins tomorrow, Wednesday, April the 5th in the evening, many Seder tables will include an empty place setting this year. That is for Evan Gershkovich, a Jewish journalist with the Wall Street Journal who is being held in Russia. The 31-year-old American son of Soviet-born Jewish exiles was arrested last week and charged with espionage, locked up in Moscow's notorious Lefortovo prison. The U.S. has firmly denied the allegations against him, as has the Wall Street Journal, demanding Evans' immediate release. The Journal wrote, "Evans' case is a vicious affront to a free press and should spur outrage in all free people and governments throughout the world. No reporter should ever be detained for simply doing their job." President Joe Biden, when asked by reporters about what his message is to Russia on the arrest of Gershkovich, replied simply, "Let him go." The JTA reported that Deputy Bureau Chief for the Middle East and North Africa at the Wall Street Journal, Shandi Reis, who is based in Israel, tweeted a request for her colleague to please consider, she wrote, setting an extra setting at your Passover Seder for Evan Gershkovich on this holiday that celebrates the Jewish people's story from bondage to freedom. And we have special Passover programming here for you on JBS tonight and throughout the holiday. For tonight on JBS, Tuesday, April the 4th at 7, Rabbi Ammiel Hirsch talks about the judicial crisis in Israel. At 7:30, Rabbi Bradley Shavit Artson and Rabbi David Wolpe speak on the Jews as a chosen people. At 9, it's the film Passover at the Wellmans, which is followed by a discussion of the issues raised in the film by Rabbis Joshua Hammerman and Daniel Schonbuch. At 10:30, Rabbi and musician Zach Fredman plays his original melody to the song of Moses and Miriam. And coming up next, it's Good Week, Israel. And a programming note for you, as always, we will be airing Passover services here on JBS beginning tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday. Reform services from Central Synagogue and Orthodox services from the Hampton Synagogue, as well as Seders, including the JBS Family Seder led by our beloved late president, Rabbi Mark S. Golub of blessed memory. That's on Thursday. For the complete schedule, you can always check our website, jbstv.org. And that's the JBS News Update for Tuesday, April the 4th, 2023. I'm Teisha Bader. I will be back with the news on Friday, wishing you and your family and friends a very happy and healthy Passover. Chag Sameach.